Class, today we will be learning about how man evolved from the long process of evolution. There is a plethora of evidence that evolution took over 6 million years, approximately.
Professor Donovan?
Yes, Bobby McPherson.
Isn't evolution just a theory?
Well, Bobby, everybody knows that all scientists believe in evolution. What? Are you a Christian that believes in this silly little notion that there's a bearded man in the sky judging whether you're naughty or nice?
Yes, I am a Christian, but my God is certainly not Santa Claus as you described.
Ho, ho, ho.
Besides, there are plenty of scientists that believe in God. As a matter of fact, many of our greatest minds believed in God, such as Albert Einstein and Sir Isaac Newton.
Okay, Mr. McPherson, but I'm sure if they were alive today, they would change their minds. We just have so much evidence now. I know Darwin started out religious, but his great theory of evolution certainly put doubts in his mind. Even DNA evidence is starting to prove evolution.
Well, yes, the theory did put doubt in his mind, but that was before they had powerful microscopes who could actually see a single cell is much more complex than a space shuttle, which itself violates the false theory of evolution.
Oh, really? Well then, why don't you educate me, Mr. Bobby McPherson?
Simple. Your theory violates a couple of very important laws of science and nature. These laws are based on discoveries through observation and experiment that have never been contradicted and are universal.
Good gravy, son. Do you really believe that?
Sure, it is not more far-fetched than what you believe in. It actually makes more sense.
Oh, Bobby. Please, do enlighten me.
Alright, well this brings me to the second law that your theory violates. The theory says that if there is a system of information or language, that system must come from an intelligent source. Are you familiar with DNA, Professor?
Well, but of course, I'm a biology professor. Remember, Bobby, this is my class that you signed up for. And DNA is a perfect example since it's only proving evolution. Scientific studies have shown that chromosome 2, it shows just how similar we humans are to our ancestors, the monkeys and the apes.
Well, similarities in DNA with apes is nothing more than proof of the same creator. But my point is about DNA. That every cell of your body contains the instructions to create life.
Oh, McPherson, I do see where you're going with this, but...
But what, Professor? Doesn't all information or language have to come from an intelligent source?
Well...
Here's a question for you, Professor. Do you believe that science will ever find the fingerprint of God?
Oh, well, I would have to believe in God to think that, wouldn't I?
Okay, let me put it this way. Does it make sense that if there was a God, the source of all information, Do you think we would see evidence of his fingerprints all around us?
Well, sure. But I don't think there is a God, so...
Well, have you ever heard of the Fibonacci sequence?
Again! Yes! Of course, of course!
Isn't it amazing?
Isn't what amazing?
The Fibonacci pattern, and I do have notes on this. A mathematical pattern that we see everywhere, not only in nature like flowers, seashells, and snowflakes, but even in whole galaxies. They follow the Fibonacci golden ratio pattern. It's so amazing. It's God's fingerprint and it's everywhere.
Everywhere you say?
So don't you see, Professor? Your theory of evolution violates these two laws. That life can only come from life and that information must come from an intelligent source. Since your theory violates these two very fundamental laws, you can at least agree that your theory is no more believable than my theory that all living things are created by God.
Okay. I guess it would not hurt to be a little more open-minded. I can't concede that while nefarious, you have made a decent case. One worth considering. I'm definitely not ready to admit that there's a God, but I will accept evolution is still only a theory.
Fair enough, Professor. Now don't let me interrupt you any further. Go ahead and teach your theory for the rest of the class, and I promise I will not interrupt.
I'll believe that when I see it, Mr. McPherson.